Your guy is crazy here, back again with another video, another tutorial to help you out with your PC and your gaming experience. Today, as you've seen by the title, I'm going to be letting you know the best clipping software that you should be using. But in some cases, not just the best, maybe the only one or certain ones that you can use, as it all, once again, depends on your PC specs / your PC. The two softwares that I'm going to be talking about are Geforce Experience and Medal. There are of course other ones that you can use like Streamlabs, but I don't use that one and I don't have any information or knowledge on it, so I won't be going over it. You can watch another video on that one. But in my opinion, the best are Geforce Experience, as you see here, and Medal. The thing is with Geforce Experience, of course you can only use it if you have an Nvidia GPU. So if you do not have an Nvidia GPU, I suggest downloading Medal and using that. Medal is great, I'm pretty sure it's better than Geforce Experience, but I myself use Geforce Experience. I might be switching over to Medal. So I'm going to head over and explain the best settings for you to use in Geforce Experience. If you do not have an Nvidia GPU, I suggest skipping the video and heading over to where I explain the best settings for Medal and how to use it. Alright, starting with Geforce Experience. To get this, go to the link in the description and go to the download page, download it and then come back on this video. So I've opened it up. When you open it up, yours will not look like this. It will tell you to sign in, just sign in. You cannot use this without signing in. So once you have signed in, head back on this video. But I'm going to keep going forward. So begin by pressing this button right here, pressing this setting, and now here are all the settings. I'm going to be going through every single one of these and let you know the best settings that you should put in order to have the best gaming experience alongside being able to clip, of course, because you don't want your clips affecting your gaming experience. I'm going to go through all these settings. So head over to privacy control. Here you have desktop capture. Turn this off. I'm telling you, if you use Geforce Experience already, turn this off. This will give you crazy input delay because it will also be recording your desktop, this outside part here, alongside your game. When of course you only want our clips to be recording our games. So turn it off. I have it turned on because obviously I'm recording my desktop. Notifications, this is purely down to preference. I suggest reading through them and see which one you want on or turn off. Maybe you don't want any notifications, but what it does is I'll give a little example. If you clip something, a notification will pop up here, just about that size, letting you know that you've clipped. Or if you record, a notification the same size will appear, letting you know that you're recording. Just the same with everything else. So this is purely down to preference. There's no best settings. Having this on won't affect you. So yeah, just go through that and see what you would like to choose. Next we have video capture. This is purely based down to your PC specs. So if you have a high-end PC, I suggest turning this to high and putting your resolution to 2160p / 4K and then your frame rate to 60 FPS. Still, if you have a high-end PC, you can also turn this to 1440p HD and then set your bit rate to the highest, or you could put it to 45 or 50. The highest is 50, of course. I have it to 45 because I don't really need that 50. If you don't know what bitrate is, just search it up and it will let you know. This setting does not affect how your PC runs. This is just how long the clip will be. I suggest keeping it short if you just want small clips. If you would like to record large amounts of gameplay, set it to the maximum or something higher. You can clearly see which amount it is you will be setting it to. So just drag it along to which one you want. And remember, the more minutes, the higher storage it will take up in your PC. Then head over to audio. Make sure that you have your source, the microphone that you'll be using. If you do not want any sound, just turn the volume all the way down. And make sure you choose your microphone if you do want your mic in your clips. Before recording this video, I already had a bit recorded, but I had the wrong mic selected, so I had to record everything over again. So don't make that mistake. Make sure you have the correct mic selected. System sounds, this is purely down to preference. Then we have photo mode / game filter. This is not necessary and this will also affect your game. If you have it on, it will give you frame drops, just a small amount, but still we don't want any frame drops when playing. But still you can test that out if you would like it. It makes your game, if you read through it, it lets you know what it does, but I don't really think it's necessary. Your game will look just as fine. It does not make a huge difference. Then we have highlights. Make sure to turn this off. You do not need this. What this does is it automatically clips things like wins or kills, and you don't want that happening because it will give you crazy frame drops when you are playing. So I suggest keeping this off. It's not needed. So yeah, make sure that's off. You can decide how much disk space you would like stuff to take up, your temporary files, You can decide how much disk space it can take up. Obviously, if you don't want it taking up a lot, keep it low. Next we have recordings. Here you can decide where your recordings will be saved. Make sure you save it to a drive with enough space. Just press that and then select the drive that you would like it to be saved in. Next we have keyboard shortcuts. This is where it gets really important. These are the buttons that you will press in order to clip or record or do the other stuff that it says here. So for example, my clipping is Alt F10. You can change it just by clicking and then pressing whatever key you want. I just press Z, but I don't want it to that because I don't want it to get in the way of my gameplay. I put it to something that I'll never press accidentally while playing games, so I suggest you do this too. And then just read just read through it and decide whatever you want it to be. I also have my recording set to Alt F9, so if I want to record something, I just press Alt F9 on my keyboard and it'll begin to record. HUD layout. This is simple. You can just decide things that you want to see on your screen. If you're looking carefully, you'll see that this appeared on my screen up there. Obviously, you may not want that while you're gaming, so just turn that off and it'll get rid of it. Turn it off. As you can see, it's getting rid of all of that. It's gone. This isn't really something that you should add, as you don't want it to get in the way of your clips or be seen in any of your videos or clips. And then we have connect. Here you just go over here and connect whatever you want. As you can see, YouTube, Twitch, Google, just connect them things. And then that is Geforce Experience done. Okay, now we have the clipping software known as Medal. You can head over to the link in the description, go over there to download Medal from there. Once you have downloaded Medal from the link in the description, just download it, and once again you'll need to sign in, then head back on this video. But of course I'm going to go through, continue to explain whatever I need to. Just pause this video and come back. So this is Medal. It's very different to Geforce Experience. As you can see, people upload their clips here. In my opinion, Medal is way better than Geforce Experience, but the only thing about it is it's not as simple as Geforce Experience. It's something that takes a little bit of time to really know everything about it and get completely around it. I just downloaded this 5 minutes before the video. I'm also planning on using this because I feel it's a lot better than Geforce Experience. So maybe use this if you would like. But anyways, I'm going to continue talking about what we need to talk about in this video, and that is clipping. So to clip, just press settings and then press recorder. And here, once again, as you can see, this is just pretty much the same settings as you've seen in Geforce Experience. Set your resolution to high. If you're on a high end PC, set your resolution to 4K or set it to 2K. But keep your frame rate at 60 FPS and your bit rate to 30. This is if you are on a high end PC. Your bit rate, as you can see here, it says unless you have a high end machine that can handle these settings, your clips will be choppy. So make sure you take in mind your PC before doing these things. I suggest using your GPU for this. Make sure you have your GPU set. You don't want your CPU being used for things like this. The reason for this is because in most cases with people's PCs, their GPU is way stronger than their CPU. And when you're playing games like Fortnite, your GPU isn't working as much as your CPU. So since that's the case, you don't really want your CPU working even harder. So put your video encoder to your GPU. Put the length to however much you want. As you can see, it's not like Geforce Experience, you don't have the 4 seconds that you would. But these are the seconds available. Then here you can decide where you'd like it to save. I'll be changing this after stream. Then you have stretch to fit. Make sure this is checked on, especially if you play stretch res. You don't want black bars in your don't want black bars in your clips. So make sure you put this on. This is optional. Once again, this is also optional. These are just a bunch of optional stuff. This is also optional. With recording buffer, I suggest putting this to disk. You don't want to set it to memory and use more of your memory than needed. Audio device, of course, choose the correct one that you would like. Choose, if you would like your microphone in your clips, set that to on, and then choose your microphone and decide how loud you want it in your clips or whatever. With this, if you just read through it, no Discord, no background music, no notification, just that sweet precious gameplay audio. This is a new and experimental feature. If you have any issues, reach out to us. So of course, only your gameplay will be recorded. I suggest turning this on. Once again, this is preference. If you'd like other sounds to be heard, just keep it off. I'm not going to go over this because I don't really understand what that is and I don't want to cause any problems with anyone. Once again, you have your hotkeys. This is just like Geforce Experience, except there is less options. So of course, you decide what you want. Press F8 in order to clip the last 15 seconds of your gameplay. If you head over here, we had it set to 15 seconds the length, so change the length whatever you want. So if you change it to 120 and head back over here, save the last 120 seconds of your gameplay. And then to change it, just press whatever key you would like on your keyboard, pressing different keys for different things. I'm going to keep it at F8 and then save it. And then of course you can also do the same thing with your mouse, put a key on your mouse. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to use my mouse to clip because I use every button on my mouse in game. And then yeah, just read through these, whatever you would like. Alright, so yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I was able to help you decide what clipping software you should use. I right now use Geforce Experience, but see in middle I'm gonna move over to that. Remember, if you do want to use Geforce Experience, only people with NVIDIA GPU are able to use it. But yes, I suggest moving to middle. It's way better and is also much more beneficial for gaming. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video and yeah, thank you.